Hi, my name is Leslie Leck. I used to work for Ford at the TCAP plant, which is the Twin Cities assembly plant. I was what they call a super TPTer. I worked at TCAP for 4 years, from 2007 to 2011 when they shut the doors. As a super TPTer, we were what they called temps at the time when we got hired, and then they called us super TPTs because we didn't want to take a cut in pay to become entry-level employees, which we had to take a pay cut of half. As a temp, we only got paid regular wages, holiday, and medical, and that was it. No vacation time, no pension, nothing else. I worked there for 4 years. We were eligible to transfer. We got notification we were eligible to transfer in January of 2012. We had to pick out do a survey, pick what places we wanted to go, either Chicago or Louisville. I decided to go to Louisville. End of February, within about 10 days, we had to move to report to the Louisville plant on March 5th, 2012. Which we reported to there at the Union Hall at 6 a.m. When we got there, the union told us that basically we had to wait 8 months for our medical. We had to make entry-level wages, probational period, and everything. In October and November in 2011, the company and the union met with us, and they told us, especially I asked specific questions like on medical, and I was told that we'd be able to have our medical within 30 days after we got in there, and we'd be regular employees. Well, it turns out they lied to us, and they said that when we got to Louisville, they told us basically we had to wait 8 months for our medical. We'd be making 17 something an hour. We had a probational period of 90 days, and that's it. Well, time went on. I got moved around different jobs. Then May 29th, I had a problem. Prior to that, I kept hitting my head. I ended up cutting my head in April, getting lacerations on my top of my head, having problems, being afraid. I talked to the company doctor, asked if to be moved. She said she would, and then the foreman talked her out of it, so they didn't move me. So May 29th, I had a problem. I ended up falling down, passing out for a period of time, also on a diabetic. I missed three cars at that period of time. I put the radiator hose attached to the inside the engine mount area. A couple of days later, the foreman tried to fire me. The superintendent said no. Then on March 5th, he took me down there, told me to go to labor. Turned into June 6th, and basically they said I was still a probational employee, and they let me go because I wasn't what they call Ford material. I argued my case saying that I worked there for 4 years prior. I don't know why I had to go through a temp period and stuff. The union said don't worry about it, we'll file a grievance. They filed a grievance, citing that they didn't give me proper tools and stuff. Also that my probational period was over. In July I transferred. I changed my address back to St. Paul. I moved back to the Twin Cities. Waited for the union to settle my grievance. Kept on waiting and waiting. Filed a charge with the Equal Opportunity people. Filed a thing with the National Labor Board against the union for not working on the grievance. The grievance was going so slowly. Me being an ex-committeeman from the International Machinists Union, District 77, I was a committee member, and usually within 6 months or less, we would have termination grievances settled. Well, at Ford and United Auto Workers, it took them over almost a year. I finally got a deposition of a settlement on my grievance on April 19th that basically they waived all rules and made me a probational employee and no back pay. I told him I'd go back to work, but I didn't like the agreement. Someone from Ford called me, left a message asking me to set up a time to find out, told me I had to be back, and I said I couldn't be because I had doctor's appointments and stuff. Called them, left 2 messages. They never returned my messages. A couple of weeks went on. Sent an email to Steve Stone and to Greg Pullitt at the International asking when I'd be going back to work. In May 8th, I got a email back from Greg saying that they sent a letter out to my current address. Also, I got an email from Steve Stone saying the same thing, that they sent out a letter telling me when to report. And I'm saying, hey, I haven't got no letter. Well, back in December, or actually back in October, I sent a certified letter of change of address to the Louisville plant. I called the National Employees Service Center in July of 2012, changed my address. 21st of October, I sent a certified letter of change of address. December 16th, I sent an email to Albertson, the labor manager down in Louisville, asking about my W-2 to make sure it was going to be sent to my home address here in St. Paul. Well, back in May 2013, they said they sent my a letter to my current address, and then a week went on, and I kept on telling them, hey, I haven't got this letter. What's up? Did they send it to the right address? Did they do this? Also, I told Steve Stone about change of address. So I told him I'd be down there on May 17th to check into work and see how, to report to work if I didn't get the letter. I told Steve I'd be there at 6 a.m. I didn't get there till 8, 9. So basically, I went 2-3 weeks without no letter. I drove down there on the 16th. On the 17th, I went to Steve Stone at the Union Hall, tried to set up a meeting to see him. Went to the Louisville plant, talked to the people, the security guards. I said I want to talk to someone in labor because I was told I got my job back. Security guard came out, 2-3 guys came out. One guy said, hey, basically, I don't know what you're talking about. You never got your job back. You never will get your job back. Please leave the property or we'll have to call the police. As I was leaving the property, the police came. So I guess they already called the cops. I left Louisville on the 18th, Saturday, got back home, email Steve Stone and Greg Pullitt saying, hey, this is what happened. I said, hey, and kept on emailing him saying I never got no letter. Then I sent them copies of the certified letter from the post office. Told them that I wrote an email to them saying, hey, I did all this. I changed my address way before this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where the letter is. Steve Stone later sent me a letter saying that I was terminated because I didn't report to work. I voluntarily quit. I said, how could I voluntarily quit since I didn't know about reporting to work or when? Oh, back in 2012, I filed a complaint with the EEOC after they terminated me because of disability, because they didn't accommodate me. So I filed for discrimination under disability and discrimination of age because I'm over 50. And so I basically kept sending emails, and then Steve Stone sent me an email back saying, hey, we filed a grievance. I talked to Greg. We decided to file a grievance, and you should get your job back real quick. We should hear something real quick. Well, now it's July. I haven't heard anything. All I heard, it went to 2 steps, and it's in the 3rd step. It's like all over again, like the first grievance. I mean, this is just taking too long. Well, in the meantime, I'm out of money. Now, they got me back on April 19th with a letter of agreement by Ford and the union, which the union basically says, we waive all rights and he'll be a probational employee and no back pay. He has to go to take a physical to report back to work. I've been saying, okay, I'll take a physical, fine. Oh, and a drug screen test. I got to do a drug screen. On a diabetic, I can't do drugs, basically, or it's going to screw me up. So, basically, this is still going on. I mean, it seems like forever. Well, I really feel that this is a form of retaliatory action because I filed a EEOC report, and also I helped 200 and some super TPTers get their medical and dental after 30 days. Because, you know, after during the month of March, I kept calling down there about, hey, you guys told me back in October and November I'd have my medical. I'm a diabetic. I can't wait 8 months. And April 24th is when they finally said that, hey, you had it April 1st, you know, which I never got no notification. I didn't get the notification until April 26th. So, and then, you know, I had that incident on May 29th, and now they let me go. And now it took forever to get my job back with no back pay. And I told Steve Stone, which is the bargaining committee man, I got to get money back this time because what did I do wrong? I haven't done anything wrong. The union said I was past my 90th day, and they went and gave everything away to them just so I did my job the last time. And until I've been sending emails and not getting no response from Bob King, the United Auto Worker president. Greg hasn't responded to none of my emails. I sent him 4 or 5 emails. So now basically I'm going to have to file another charge with the National Labor Board. I'm going to have to go hire a lawyer. And I'm still waiting for the EEOC report. The last time I talked to him, he was waiting for permission from the Ford labor manager to go on site to do his investigation. So, I mean, something's not right here. I mean, it seems like they don't want me there. They lied to me. Ford has lied to me. The union has lied to me. I paid 4 years of union dues, and back then I never had no problem. I had no history, no personnel problems, no absenteeism, no nothing. I reported to work, worked the overtime that they wanted, and, you know, just I was always there. Even in the snowstorms, they canceled the work. A couple of times they couldn't get enough people to come to work. I was there. I was always there. I was there an hour before work, and I stayed an hour after work. Whenever they wanted me to work overtime, I worked it. So I'm asking the public to help me on this. I mean, when you go buy a Ford vehicle, ask them why do they treat their workers, especially at the Louisville plant where the escape vehicles being made. I get calls I get emails and calls from other super TPTers saying they're still treated like shit down there. They're wondering about their pay and all this other stuff, and the union keeps sidestepping them. The company sidesteps them. I mean, I'm a union man. I've been a union person for 30 years, a committee person. You know, I believe in the union way, but it seems like I'm getting shafted by the union and the company. And Ford just made $1.2 billion. You know, they don't want to give me back pay, measly $60,000, $70,000 in back pay. And now I lost out on bonuses and profit sharing and all this other. I lost over 100. But by the time I get my job back, I lose over $150,000. And no medical. I got to pay my medical myself, $500. I got to scrape up $500 plus my cost of my drugs and stuff for my diabetes. I mean, I'm just asking. I think something's wrong at Ford and the union, and I'm asking the public, hey, can you help me on this? Because I really think that the only way that Ford will listen is if I can get support from the average person out there. Because let me tell you, I'm not the only Ford employee that's been screwed over by Ford. I'm the only one that's fighting right now that I know of. But I know that they're screwing over their workers. When I transferred down to Louisville there, I was treated like shit. All those super TPTers that came from Minnesota, they gave us extra duties and everything else. We had a fight and all this other stuff, challenging them by using the rules. But now they say they can do whatever they want because they have an agreement with the union. When they launch a new vehicle, they can suspend the contract. Well, basically, we're working without a contract, and that's why they can just do that to us. I mean, you think it's fair that we should have to slave, work in 100-some degree weather, and pass out and not get no water or no extra breaks for heat or stress? They don't care about that. They just want the numbers of the vehicles. So again, if I could ask you for your help, I'm asking the general public to help me, because I filed the charges and I'm I'm waiting. It takes time. I mean, I'll be another year or two, and you know, it makes me real depressed. I have a family, a wife and daughter that are counting on me, and I'm scraping by, and I'm asking people to help me, and I have never asked for help before. I'm just asking the people to help me, and ask Ford why they're doing this to their employees. You know, like they want to hire 800 more employees, but at $15 an hour, they're hoping all these extra employees that they got laid off or quit or got terminated because they closed the plant will come back for $15 an hour so they can make more money, a bigger profit margin. So I'm just asking you guys, when you think about buying a Ford, I'd like you to buy a Ford, but ask that salesman, well, why do they treat their employees so wrong in all this? I mean, they wait forever. They want you to die before they'll settle the thing, and then hopefully that you'll die so you know they don't have to deal with it. That's the way I look at it, and I think it's unfair and it's unhuman, inhumane, and only the public can help us, I guess. And I'm just taking leap of faith that my average American brother would help and sister would help me. I also am a vet. So I count on your support. Thank you for your time.